Alright, how's everyone doing? Welcome to From Z to A, Alphabetical Interviews with Zach Andersen. I am Zach Andersen. Today we are here at Save Sound Studios for the 59th edition of Monsters of Acoustic Rock, and I am joined by Adam Lippman.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Zach.
Thank you for being here. So I'm going to ask you the difficult questions as long as it's something to do with the letters of your name.
Okay.
So we're going to start with A. How much does an audience affect your set? Do you tend to plan things out meticulously ahead of time, or do you change things up depending on how people react to certain songs, or just wing it completely?
I usually have a set list for our show planned out in advance.
Okay.
That's often based on how long I have. But I will, when I'm at home figuring out what I want to do for the set, I'll take into consideration how long I have and kind of what the vibe is of the place I'm playing. In terms of the audience affecting it, I mean, I definitely get more into it if I can tell people are really engaged and having a good time. But either way, I get into it myself. And I was joking with Bobo about how I was watching the video for the last show I played, and I was tapping my feet the whole time. I'm like, I need to get one of those little foot, tambourines or drums. So I tried to have the best time I can either way. But definitely, if people are getting into it and interacting and being enthusiastic, then I guess I get more pumped for sure.
Definitely. And if you had to, or if you could describe your music style in 2 words, what would they be?
That one's tough because I really like a lot of kind of music, and I played a lot of kind of music. I played in lots of bands, rock bands, like indie, post-punk bands. I currently am playing primarily solo, acoustic, and singing. I'll have some friends join me on the violin or the guitar or the bass. But I kind of go with what seems like is happening at the moment for me musically. If I had another opportunity to join another band and be a part of that, I would totally do it. And when I write that kind of music, it's definitely like indie rock.
Okay.
The last band I was in, it was very indie rock. The band before that was kind of like garage, underground New York City rock. So I would say my styles for band would be more like indie, garage rock, post-punk. And then when I'm doing my own stuff, I think it still has that feeling the way I play. I think I play the acoustic guitar like an electric guitar player. And I kind of have that energy as well. But I also, when I play this way, it's kind of opened my mind and opened some doors to kind of approaches I wouldn't have thought I would taken before. So I'd like to think I'm kind of versatile that way. And it varies really based on what kind of project I'm doing.
It's like potpourri rock.
I like it all. I like good music. I really don't. Style is not, and genre is really not like an obstacle for me. I enjoy good music of all styles. So I feel like any good musician has to pay attention to all the musical offerings out there and try and absorb their favorite bits, or at least understand it, so that what you're putting out is informed. Whether it sounds like a particular style or not, you may be subconsciously influenced by all those things, and and you really gotta let it all in. Even stuff you don't like that much, there's still some good stuff in there. So it's not really a straightforward answer for me on that one, because I really just try and do what is happening naturally and make it my own.
I hear you. Excellent. And if you could play a gig with any other act in the world at any venue in the world, who would it be and where would it be?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So this one is definitely tough. Let's see. I would say if I were going to do... Well, okay, forget about whether it's acoustic or electric. 2 of my favorite bands that are out there, and they're actually touring together right now, and I so want to go see them. But it's like on a weeknight in Brooklyn.
Of course.
But I have always loved, the first concert I ever saw, or second concert I ever saw, was Peter Murphy in the Church. And the Church, I've been listening to them for their whole stretch. And I've seen them many times. I got backstage and humiliated myself in front of them. It was wonderful. But I love everything they do, from the rock albums to the acoustic, more acoustic and psychedelic stuff. Steve Kilbey is a genius, and he's one of my all-time favorite musicians. And then, and they're rock, but they're also like kind of more psychedelic rock. But then, if you know the Afghan Wigs out of Minneapolis, I also love them.
Yeah.
And they're much harder rock, but they actually, there's some commonality, and they're touring together. So I would love to get like, forget just like one artist, I would love to get on like a bill with 2 or 3 of my favorite artists that are playing together. Or a festival.
Sure.
I love festivals. I've played a couple smaller festivals, nothing like Lollapalooza or anything. But I love that model.
Yeah.
I can go see, you know, a rap band, and then I can see a punk band, and then I can see a hard rock, like almost metal band, and then I can see a singer-songwriter. I would love to get on a cool festival like that, because I think for me, that would check all the boxes, and whatever style I'm doing, I feel like it would find a place.
Yeah.
But if I were to pick a couple artists, I'd love to get on their tour.
Sure, definitely.
And Kristen Hirsch is opening too.
Oh yeah.
Who, if you know the Throwing Muses, she's also really talented. So yeah, a bill with a couple favorite artists. I think.
That'd be great. I'd go to it.
Yeah.
All right. And when you're writing songs, do you tend to start with music, melody, lyrics? Does it vary song to song?
Yeah, I mean, typically, and I bring my phone into my studio. I have a home studio, and every time I go into, whether it's to rehearse for a show like tonight or whatever, just to jam, whenever I'm trying to get warmed up for that, I'm screwing around, and I come up with something. I'm like, oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah,
so I record it, and I have on my photos, I literally have like 400 or 500 clips of anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes of ideas.
Yeah.
And then I also, on my notes, like I get lyric ideas. So I have tons of notes on my phone with just like, you know, a verse or a line for a song, an idea. And if they don't come together right away, because sometimes I'll go in, I'll start playing a chord progression, and words will just naturally come to me, and then I run with it. But otherwise, I keep all that stuff, and I might have an idea, like I have one song where I came up with the guitar part like a year ago, but I couldn't think, like it just kind of didn't go anywhere. And then I was listening, I was going into the studio to record another song, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do it, some other stuff just while I'm in there and going to all the trouble. And I was listening back to some earlier sessions, and I heard this song. This was my song Wasted. That was my last single. And I was like, I really like that.
Yeah.
And instantly the words came.
Yeah.
So they didn't come, you know, a year ago when I wrote it, but the next time I listened to it, it instantly created a song in my head. You know, and then the rest of the time, I go in with the full intent, like, I want to write a song about this subject. Yeah. Let's find some cool notes and something that sounds good. Right. So it really does vary on the situation. Yeah. But I love the recording of the spontaneous ideas, because I've gotten so many good songs out of stuff that didn't really connect 100% at the time, but I knew there was something there. You know, so when I revisited it, it talked to me, and it became something later. So yeah, nice.
Speaking of songwriting, what themes or topics do you tend to write about in your lyrics?
Okay, this one is easy. I'd say 90% are relationships, life situations, hardships, the stuff that we all feel intensely and need to emote, and we use our instrument and our voice to do so. I'm trying to get away from that a little bit more and not write songs that are so heavy. So I have a new song, Myth, that's about, it's more, and this is one of the reasons I like the Church, because his lyrics are all about all these different things and concepts, you know, from history to science to everything in between. So I'm trying to go in a little bit more, like that one is about history and about stories. And then I have a song, you know, that's not really autobiographical. It's still about like relationship situations, but it's not about mine. Right. So, you know, I don't have to have songs where I'm like, well, I don't really talk to that person or like that person anymore, and I really don't want to sing this song about them. So that's also nice too, because at least I can have some things that are just kind of songs about things that interest me. But 9 times out of 10, it's about something that happened to me, something I'm feeling. Those are the ones that really come the most naturally.
Right.
The ones where I'm trying to create a story that's not about something that happened to me are actually, it's hard to work, because you've got to create something that, without that relatable piece that a lot of people will have from their own relationships, you've got to create something that's of interest.
Yeah.
You know, so, but mostly just life, relationship stuff.
I gotcha. And I like to end all my interviews with 3 interesting or random facts about yourself that many people may not know.
Okay. So I am an outdoor person. I work on the trails and in parks, helping people to enjoy them and taking care of them, planting trees, building trails, taking care of trails, leading people and learning how to do those things and doing them. So I really enjoy that. I'm in the outdoors most of the time. I'm an artist. I almost went to art school. I almost went to music school. I went to art school, but I was having trouble trying to decide which one would kind of be the right path at that age. I mean, none of us really know at that age.
Right.
And so I do all of my own album art and illustrations and graphic design, my posters. I got into it because of graphic designers that that did it for record companies or for the promotion, and that really inspired me. So I like that I can do that at least. And then last but not least, I'm a wine connoisseur.
Right.
I worked in the wine business for about 7 years. Sold a couple $1 million worth of wine, and I'm pretty highly certified in wines and spirits. So it's fun. My friend that I used to work with will do wine tastings with me all the time and check my skills. It's like those Psalm movies. Have you ever seen those? And I really enjoy that. There's so much interesting, subject matter with that, from the different regions, the way they're produced, the different grapes. I guess I'm a little bit of a wine snob. But
do you have a particular favorite, or?
My favorite grapes right now are, Pinot Noir has always been one of them. But I've recently discovered that Cabernet Franc, which is primarily known as one of the Bordeaux blend grapes. It is grown on its own very much so in central France, and also elsewhere around the world, inspired by that. And I kind of have fallen in love with Cabernet Franc. On its own, it's a wonderful little grape. So I think those are probably my 2 favorites.
All right.
But yeah, I love wine. So.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Zach. I appreciate you having me.
Of course. And if you want to check out Adam Lippman, please visit the link below. And now we'll cut to a performance from Adam. So thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Backyard dance in the rain in New York.